Hey y'all, this video is just to show you some quick tips and strategies for using the Shapiro library as a research source. So when I'm on my homepage of Brightspace, I'm going to come up and I'm going to select Student Services, and then I'm going to choose Online Student Services. And from here, once this loads, I'm going to look under Academic Support, and I see the bookstore, the Academic Support Center, and then Shapiro Library. And when you click on this, you might have to log in. I already logged in. It'll open up a new window with the Shapiro Library. And don't forget, you've got that chat 24/7 with a librarian. But for example, one of the projects for the associates has you writing an email to a manager where you're explaining some research that you did on a particular topic. And one of those topics is green buildings in the workplace. And if I use that as like a generic search term, we can play around with the search terms a little. But if I'm just interested in green buildings, I have all this stuff pop up. And I know some students have told me that some of it that comes up are books and some of it is really dated. So I just want to show you that over here on the left, you can refine your results. So I can choose, maybe I just want to look at, instead of academic journals or books, I want to look at popular magazines. You know, some of the requirements for research in your projects are to look at popular blogs or magazines. And then also, look at this, publication date over here on the left says 1920 to 2020. That is not very helpful. We want things that are more relevant. So I'm just going to slide this scale all the way to 20, let's say 2010. And that gives me the last decade. And that's going to narrow the search too to give me things that are more relevant. And again, one of your projects is going to look at, you know, how do you know that sources are good? And one of the criterion is its relevancy, like how recent was it printed? So now I see some things. And let's say that I'm looking at tips for building a sustainable workplace. Let's say I want to talk to my boss about some strategies to how to build a sustainable and green design for a workplace. So if I click on this article, and this is something that I end up wanting to cite. So first off, I can view the full text over here, which is going to open in a new window. And so once that loads, I'm going to be able to read the entire article. It's taking a moment, so I'm going to come back over here. But something else I wanted to show you that I think is really cool is over here on the right. I can save this in my Google Drive. I can print it. I can email it to myself. One of the things that I really like is that I can cite it. So if I click on the cite button here, it shows me all the different ways to cite it. So ABNT, AMA, APA. So we tend to use APA in our citations in most of your projects. And so I can come right here and here's how to cite this. So I can just copy this and put it into my reference and it's done. So that's one way to just come in really easily and grab your citation, and also just so you can see, here's the actual article of itself. So it's not very long. It talks just a little bit about conserving water, calculating the return on investments, designing with green in mind. So there's some strategies for building a sustainable workplace. This may or may not be an article you end up using, but hopefully this helps you see how to do some searches and how to narrow those searches down to sources and dates that are acceptable and hopefully a little bit exciting for you. And then also how to cite the source using the citation format that they have already built into the library. So if you have any questions, make sure you let your coach know. We're here to support you.